I bet you didn't know Stevie Wonder wrote these 3 songs for other musicians, and they're all fantastic. Hey, it's Michael Douglas. Welcome back to another edition of Dr. Pundit. In brief, 3 simply gorgeous songs Stevie Wonder wrote for other musicians you may not have known about. That's right. Of course, the incomparable Stevie Wonder is one of the most recognizable voices, singers-songwriters in all of R&B and pop music, and what a legacy. And while the vast majority of songs Stevie, of course, wrote for himself, he did write a few crucial songs for other artists. And what I really find fascinating about these tracks is that once you listen to them after knowing that Stevie wrote them, well, it's easy to see his influence in those tracks. So let's take a look. Tears of a Clown by Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, a #1 hit from 1970. And do you remember this hit tune from The Summer of Love? Tears of a Clown actually dropped 3 years earlier in 1967 via the imprint of Motown Records, Tamla, T-A-M-L-A. This song was immediately catchy the moment it was released, and Stevie Wonder actually wrote this song, which was co-produced by a guy named Hank Cosby, but it didn't get a lot of radio airplay until 3 years later when it flew all the way to #1. That's right, Stevie Wonder wrote this track. The next track is Perfect Angel by Minnie Riperton. Minnie Riperton, we lost her way too soon in 1979 due to cancer. And this track is a title cut from her 1975 album, Perfect Angel. Now, I count myself as being a pretty big fan. I didn't know until a few years ago that Stevie actually wrote this song a year earlier in 1974. Stevie also wrote another album track called Take a Little Trip. He plays the piano, the harmonica, and drums on this album as well. And this is one of the most beautifully produced albums of 1975. And Stevie Wonder did play a hand in that as well. Once you go back to listening to those 2 particular tracks and to the album in general, you can really hear his influence. Here's a fun fact. Actually, Stevie Wonder wrote and worked on this album under a pseudonym because he did not want Minnie Riperton's label, Epic, to know that he was working on this album, particularly those 2 cuts. Now, this last track is from Michael Jackson's hit 1979 album, Off the Wall, and it's one that I had no idea he actually wrote. And it's one of the better tracks on the album, a song called I Can't Help It. And once I did find that out, if you re-listen to it, you can definitely hear Stevie Wonder's influence. I mean, and you can definitely hear that signature clavinet just as clear as day. I Can't Help It is a dreamy song off this album for Michael Jackson, but when you know that Stevie Wonder actually wrote it, well, it's kind of par for the course because that's the way a lot of Stevie's tunes were. Ethereal, yet accessible. Dreamy, yet tangible. Just incredible stuff. And one that I did not know he wrote, especially for Michael Jackson. So there you have it, 3 tracks that Stevie Wonder wrote for other artists, 3 great tracks. I Can't Help It, Perfect Angel, Minnie Riperton, and Tears of a Clown by The Miracles, Smokey Robinson. If you like what you see here on the channel, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. And as the late great Barry White always used to say, let the music play. And I'll see you on the next episode.